What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mastermind here live on Ohio Cannabis Live, where we do stuff live sometimes, not all the time. Currently driving in the rain, a little bit of rain, on the way to Bloom Medicinal, Columbus, to pick up some gelato rosin. Yes, yes. And by Ancient Roots. Didn't know that part, did you? And there will obviously be a review. So if you haven't, you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the like, subscribe button. I knew that was gonna happen, man. I'm trying to test out a new mount I got, and I'm just in my neighborhood, and I'm trying to get it to where it's not going to be moving around while I'm driving. But as you can see, that didn't go very well. So now I'm messing with it because I want it to be, you know how I like it to be. So if the picture just starts shaking, man, you already know. Anything funny could happen with Ohio Cannabis Live. I could hit a bump and everything could just go crazy. I'm in my truck, so it's not like it's a luxury vehicle like my other car, so it rides rough, and need some tires. So but anyway, you see me out there, out here shaking and baking, man. Shaking and baking. And hey Connie, you said you go there all the time. Look at my mount. It's just going everywhere, man. Bummer. I gotta stop and fix it because I'm about to start getting on a much bumpier road, so I don't want it to go crazy. So yeah, I'm gonna work on this a little bit more. I had this perfect when I left my house, but like I said, as soon as I started driving, that changed things. And okay, yeah, don't try to see people in Columbus, man. They rude, man. They'll try to go around you when you're trying to pull off. They won't even let you get out on the road. What's up, Brian? Yeah, we on our way to Bloom Medicinals. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the difference in my experience with Bloom Medicinals in Columbus. Now, Bloom, I hadn't gone there for a while because I felt like their prices was kind of high. But lately, they've been doing a lot better, not just on the prices, but on a selection of the menu. And I found myself able to go there more often than normal. But what I really want to talk about is the way things have changed as far as the wait times at Bloom Medicinals. Now, there still be some wait times at Bloom Medicinals, and we'll see when I get there if there's a wait or not. We'll compare it to how long I waited at Verdant and how that process went. But one thing I can tell you that is different between Verdant and Bloom, and everybody's going to be like feeling this, is when I call Bloom Medicinals, at least they answer the phone. At least they have a phone tree that allows you to kind of, select what reason why you're calling, so your call will be funneled to the right area, like most regular businesses operate, like most other pharmacies operate. None of this just, constant elevator music for 20-30 minutes and then nobody eventually answers, then all of a sudden it goes to a voicemail and it goes, oh, we're sorry, all circuits are busy right now, and then they can't even answer the phone. I was able to contact Bloom Medicinals and verify my order, and since I believe I was given the wrong amount of days at Verdant, I'm gonna check my days again to see what they say. I should have made Verdant write it down. Some dispensaries do that, and other ones don't. Again, another thing that should be a standard: when you leave the dispensary, you should always know how many days you have coming in. You should know how many days you have coming out. That way, if there's something wrong, you can look over it. But our program doesn't have any oversight. We don't have any way to audit anything because they didn't even create a true auditing process that I've seen to audit any of the shenanigans that are going on at these places. I haven't seen any type of compliance enforcement whatsoever in a long time. And I remember at the very beginning, they were so strict. They were literally trying to handicap the dispensaries from being able to be successful by making up ridiculous policies that, you know, only one dispensary had to follow and the other dispensaries didn't follow it. I mean, there were so many things happening at the very beginning of the program. You guys just don't know. What's up, JR? Hey, well, I'm glad you had a good experience there, man. Like I said, my only bad experiences there is just, you know, having to stand in line. Big bump coming up. Okay, we didn't lose footage. And it's just my frustration with, you know, all the people lined up over there. And the reason they're all lined up over there is because, you know, when you're trying to find a good deal and good service, you're going to go where that's at. And if that's at that place, then everybody's going to run over there. I mean, like I said, Verdant, I don't have any issue with the people working at Verdant. I mean, they're just doing a job, but I just have an issue with the way the dispensary is being ran. And part of that is on the dispensary, and part of that is on the program itself and how they're regulated. So there are some things that are, I would say, not necessarily because they have so many restrictions, and you know, each dispensary has a compliance officer, and that's who they're supposed to work with to make sure they're following all the rules. And I don't know what's going on with compliance officers these days because of COVID. I know that when they was talking about the COVID, they was going to stop doing certain inspections. So I don't know if they've just dropped all the inspections and compliances of these places or not. We don't know. We really don't know. And you know, one thing's for sure is that when I make an order, let me give you a couple things. I could order at Bloom Medicinals the night before. So it's been times I've seen things on the menu at Bloom and just went ahead and ordered it the night before. That way I don't have to deal with the anxiety of getting up in the morning and worrying about, am I going to get on there and order it in time. If I already ordered it last night, they'll see it in the morning. If it's there, they'll confirm my order. If it's not, they won't. And you know, I feel like it's easier to do that when you can order the night before. That cuts down on your anxiety. When you get there, you already know what you want. And what I liked about Bloom is I was able to call there and get my total so that I can arrive with the exact amount of money. If you have a dispensary who's not answering the phone and you have a veteran or indigent discount and you want to know how much your total is going to be, they don't make that easy for you. You can't get that information on iHeartJane. And that's something that's BS too, because iHeartJane has a field for those type of discounts to be applied, and there is a way to do it. They're just not doing it, and that frustrates me because we have a program, iHeartJane, who has all the tools we need, everything from the check-in to even if we had delivery, they even have options for that in there. And we can't get it together on the back end, so that's why we don't have all these same features that other states have, because the program act like they don't want to do it. I mean, and I don't know, man. I feel like we got to really come together. It's enough's enough. And what I want to tell you guys is that this weekend on the meeting on Saturday, we will be discussing which towns in Ohio have bans on cannabis industry businesses like dispensaries and cultivators. There's certain places in the state they banned it. It's a moratorium is what they call it, and you cannot have a cannabis dispensary there, period. And so we need to figure out where these places are. We need to figure out how to reach the leaders of those areas and try to educate them about the benefits of the cannabis and the program and how great it's doing. And we need to show them how much money they're losing right now by not being a part of the cannabis industry in Ohio, which is like the big, as my brother calls it, the big green rush. Patent pending. No, somebody else probably already used that. Anyway, if they didn't, patent pending. Green rush. And so it's just a lot for people to take in. And right now, one thing I noticed too is that a lot of people, a lot of minorities, you know, people of color, a lot of them are not in the program and afraid to get involved with the program because of all the red tape and, you know, the prices are, you know, everybody says the price is too high, the price is too high, the price is too high. Well, yes, the prices are high for certain things in certain places, But in other places, the prices are not that high, and you just, it's not accessible. So it's not always about the pricing. Sometimes it's about the accessibility of those fair prices. Not everybody has the health and energy to drive all the way from Cincinnati to Springfield to get a deal at the Forest, or to drive from Cincinnati to London to get a deal at Pier, Ohio, or from Wapakoneta over to Dayton. I mean, those are long drives, especially when gas is higher, and there's always those fears about getting pulled over and things like that. With the medicine still being demonized and a negative stigma attached to it, it's really hard. And like Captain Green Tucker is saying, we really need federal legalization, legislation, all one and the same. And I know that there is something happening. There is movement in the Senate right now. And Chuck Schumer said he's going to bring it up. He's interested in getting it, at least getting it on the table. And that's the hope we have. However, we still got to deal with what's going on here in our own state. And so this Saturday, if you would like to come to the meeting, like I said, and get the information, try to come at 7:30. You can RSVP on my website, OhioCannabisLive.com, under events. It's through Zoom, but we're testing a new thing, and I'm going to announce this to you now, but I'm going to talk about it tomorrow some more. Is that I upgraded my website so that we could have unlimited videos on the website, so that way other people who are interested in doing cannabis related content with the program, and hopefully eventually with recreational, will have a place to do it, where it won't be all these restrictions and alerts, and every time you put up a video it'll be flagged. So what I'm trying to do is something like what WeedTube is doing, but I want mine to be more geared towards resource and information and I can never say this, advocacy. And I want people to get information and knowledge, but I also want them to hear from other people from around the area, around the world if we can, to help educate us in different aspects of it, so that we can get a better understanding. Because some things are all science, and that's all good and dandy, but some things are just what you know. And I know a lot of people who use cannabis based on, I know what I know what's right for me, and not necessarily on what a lab report says, or what a science document says, or what the pharmacy says, for that matter. Who tells me that 2.8 or 2.5 grams of cannabis a day is enough for everyone in Ohio, who the 300,000 patients in it, hey, they all need the same prescription. 90 days they can get 8 ounces. Everybody needs 8 ounces. That's all they need. That's what everybody needs. Hogwash. That's hogwash, man. That's not reasonable. That's saying like everybody needs the same amount of pain pills, or everybody needs to take the same amount of Tylenol every day. That's crazy talk. Each person needs their own prescription and their own recommendation is tailored to them, and not to whatever the Board of Pharmacy feels is appropriate to them, whatever they can live with, whatever makes them feel good. If I'm a cannabis user, which I'm not, I think 8 ounces is a lot of material. That should be more than enough for a person who has liver disease, heart disease, spurs in his back, spurs in his knees, a brain injury, diabetes, I could go on, arthritis. Man, I have over 15 different diagnoses, and only one of them is on their list of conditions. So, why it's got to be so hard? Well, because we, as people who live here in Ohio and everywhere else, you're watching it in another state where you either have a crappy program or you don't have a program at all. It's because we got to get out and we got to vote. You got to vote. You got to vote for people who support cannabis. You got to start talking to your lawmakers. You can't expect one person, 2 people, 10 people, 100 people, 1,000 people to be enough. We need everybody to come out and say, I'm tired of this. We need to make this right. Period. We don't come out together It's never gonna get better. I promise you that. If you come out and show them and explain to them why this medicine works for us and how these prices that they got out here is still too high, and they can do better. And the way they can do better, the way we can get lower prices, is more dispensaries, more cultivators being allowed to expand, more licenses, more local mom and pop cultivators and processors being allowed to get in the program under a special program that looks at income. So people who are low income, people who may be retired, on pensions, on Social Security, if they decide they want to get into this cannabis industry on their own and start some type of business, make it a way for them, make it a pathway for them. You know, allow them sponsorship and allow them to raise money. I mean, I learned something that blew my mind that, you know, possibly if you want to run a cannabis nonprofit, you can't even do that right now because of all the red tape. So I want to have a cannabis nonprofit, and that's a bunch of red tape. The way they got this product and collect the money, but they're not interested in or how hard it is for us to get it. When I talk to a guy in a meeting who tells me, you know, he can barely walk, and he has to go in the dispensary and stand in there for half an hour, and he can barely walk, and he has all these screws and plates and things and whatnot, or he's in a wheelchair, it just breaks my heart. They don't even consider the fact that people in wheelchairs simply ain't rushing to come to no damn dispensary because it ain't safe for them. There's too many people in a small space. It's not really handicap friendly. The parking lot is terrible. The sidewalk is not, there's no ramp. There's no handicap guidance signs. Handicap parking, they just assume everybody pulls up there. People who are blind, what problem? Tell me what problem? Tell me what stuff is made for people who are Spanish speaking, where they can have their stuff translated. People who can't hear, what about them? What about people who are from other countries? What about them? Look at all that revenue they just letting go away to Michigan or something. It's crazy. I hate to be ranting on about it. I'm just passing time because we almost there, y'all. I'm still driving, but it's raining, so I'm driving slow. I'm on Frank Road 104. Let me give y'all the road mobile track view. I think I can do that. As you can see, we are in a little bit of rain. I'm about 10 minutes away. 365 OZs a year. Is that what you, is that the math on that? Is that enough? Is that an OZ a day? You see, you can get OZ in Cali. You can get an ounce a day. I mean, that's a lot of material. I mean, I don't know if I can afford to buy an ounce every day. You know, but maybe you need to stock up. You buy an ounce today, you come back, buy an ounce tomorrow. In Michigan, it's higher than that. It's 2.5 per day, but you can only get 10 per month. So, different. It is. But like I said, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna drive over there with y'all, and then I'm gonna go inside, do all the shenanigans there with them. Hopefully it's not busy, and then I'll come back out and do my review about how everything went, tell y'all my experience, whether it was good or bad, and y'all have 2 reviews in one day. I call that winning, right? Because I just wanted to see you guys on here and have a little fun, do something a little bit different than the same old me sitting at my desk. And you know, maybe Mr. YouTube won't flag my video this time, but knowing them, they probably will. tell me I can't make any money on it. They tell me it's not suitable for advertisers. And you know, I tell you guys, I'm gonna really make you laugh. So, you know, I got this monetization crap on here, and the last video I did, the verdant video, I want to know who else saw this commercial. So when you first go to my video, I swear YouTube is picking on me, guys. When I go to the video, it pulls up a commercial. Even when I watch it, if I watch my own video, they make me watch commercials too for my own video. Isn't that crazy? I don't get paid for that. I mean, it's stupid. So it comes on with this ad, and the lady goes, "Have you been shaving your balls?" And I'm like, "What? You know, are you serious? There's commercials now on YouTube about shaving your genitals? Are you kidding me? I mean, Manscaped. You know, I have no control over what ad they put on there. That's why I don't really too much like it. That's why you don't see a bunch of ads on my website. But you know, that's because there really isn't a lot of cannabis advertising allowed in a lot of places. So instead of it being ads that are suitable for us, like a video maybe about CBD or something about cannabis, or you know, another cannabis YouTuber's video or something, they're showing me a video about shaving balls. Nice work, YouTube. I hope y'all will review this video. Come on, you can do better than that. Can I at least get a video about hygiene or something, or about well, I guess that's about hygiene, but can I get a video that's a little bit more respectable to the ladies? I mean, I just feel like a video about balls, that's not gonna be for everybody that watches my channel. So can we get some other commercials? You know, anything. Maybe something about some ice cream or something, or a new gizmo or gadget, a new vape or something. And you know, I heard a rumor, man. Somebody's saying there's gonna be a PAX 4 coming. Whole nother video. Stay tuned. I don't know. It's unverified, but I heard, and I even have a tentative date. I heard there's a PAX 4 coming in October. Oh, how nice! Isn't that nice, Captain Green Tucker? Man, did she see the commercial on the video on YouTube somewhere? Is that how they got it? I mean, it did. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I did watch the commercial to the end. I did watch the whole 2-minute ad. But it ain't gonna be for everybody, though. I mean, well, if you're a lady and you're watching this, I'm dying to know what commercial they showed you. So if you saw a commercial in there, tell me which one it was, and whether it sucked, or whether it was hilarious, or you just didn't like it. Let me know in the comments, because I'm dying to know. Was it, I don't know, is that expensive? Okay, good question. Depends on Strawberry Fields, Monroe. I was there on the first day they opened. It's one of the larger Strawberry Fields. Marietta and Monroe are their 2 biggest dispensaries. As far as service goes, it's been a mixed bag. Like, you know, I haven't had really bad experiences personally, but I hear of others having bad experiences. I think the most busiest time for them is whenever they have a really big sale, when they're stacking discounts, and when they have the Woodward at the same time. So, you know, if you're gonna go to Strawberry Fields, the best thing to do is to study the menu the night before you're gonna go, and then at 8 o'clock in the morning, at 8 a.m., place your order, and then show up at the dispensary when the door opens. Don't show up there in the middle of the day. You will be there for a while. The best thing to do with Strawberry Fields is to get there, and this really is advice for anyone going to any Strawberry Fields location. Honestly, I have had the best service and the best success being there when the dispensary opens, and I've had the worst experience going there in the middle of the day or close to the time when they're going to close. So anywhere from anytime, I would say the time they open at 11, and so anywhere from 11 to maybe 12:31, that might be about it. After that, it's gonna get a little bit busy, maybe a lot busy, especially depending on what they got going on. And if it's something crazy like 30% off everything or 20% off everything, it's going to be a long wait. You know, in most cases, unless you're there, you're the first one there. So if it's your first time being there, you're going to have to fill out an intake form. Even if you've been to another Strawberry Fields, you'll have to fill out another intake form, Jonathan. And Pure Ohio has one of the best curbside pickup systems out right now. Why? Because, but the Forest has one too. You just drive up, you let them know you're there, they come out to the car. You do not have to leave your vehicle at Pure Ohio, either location, or the Forest at their locations. And that's what I like. Verdant, I had to get out of my car. They did offer curbside, but I never seen anybody using it. I know in Newark they had drive-through lanes for curbside, but Pure Ohio, they have affordable cannabis at reasonable prices. And they, at first, and you guys probably, I don't know how long some of you guys been in the program, but I'll tell you, Pure Ohio did not always sell all the other cultivator strains. They used to only sell Pure Ohio material, and that was kind of a good and bad thing. Like, the prices were always great, still pretty good. However, if I wanted to get another variety of stuff from other cultivators, I had to go around the corner to his competitor, the Terra Center, and that was business he was losing. So, you know, I think that, you know, he decided, you know, I might as well get some of that other money too. So he opened up and started having other cultivators and other processors there. And I think that was a good decision he made there. And so if he's watching, I tell you, that was a good decision, buddy. You did a good job, Pure Ohio. And, you know, I think that if you want to go to a business that's not owned by a multi-state corporation, that would be Pure Ohio. The guy who owns Pure Ohio, his name is Larry Pelgrim. He used to be a motorcycle racer. He's from Ohio, and he really cares about patients. And I'm trying to get him for an interview, so I'm working on that, so you guys can meet him in person yourselves, and you can talk to him and stuff. He's a really nice guy. I just, you know, I'm still waiting on the approval from the Board of Pharmacy. I haven't heard anything back from them. I still haven't heard nothing about the email. I'm about a few minutes away from the dispensary, so we're almost there. The rain's picked up a little bit, but you know, just a little bit of rain, it ain't gonna hurt, you know. But I did just get my truck washed the other day, but it was still a little dusty from all the wind that we had up here. Just wash it, it gets dusty and dirty very quickly. All right then, Lizzie, I'll see you later, man. Good seeing you here. Thanks for hanging out with me on the road trip, guys. Like I said, wanted to do something different, and then, you know, this kind of give you a perspective of how long it takes me to get to this dispensary too. I mean, mind you, I had to stop for a few minutes to get my camera angles right, but it took me about 25 minutes or so. Well, usually I can get here in about 20, but my tires is running a little funny on my truck, and it's raining, so I'm taking my time, and, you know, I'm not in a big hurry. So, but, you know, make sure you always drive, and, you know, drive safe, wear your seatbelt. I do have my seatbelt on, you just can't see it in the picture, but it is on. I know it looks like I don't have it on, but I do. And because of my stomach, I had to like position it in a weird way, because when it goes across my stomach, it goes across where I had my hernia surgery. So I had to do something weird with the seatbelt, but I do have it on. But it's just like, I mean, these dispensaries, I mean, just think, like, if I live in Columbus and I'm still taking me 28 minutes, 30 minutes to drive all the way over here, and then you add on your wait time, you see how exhausting this can be for a person, especially if you are not well, terminally ill, and you feel sick. It's hard to come out to these places and then throw some rain on top of it, throw some snow on top of it, throw some cold temperatures on top of it, throw some hot temperatures on top of it. So that's why I think we can still make the case for delivery, because of, you know, it's hard for me. Like, I used to be able to drive a lot further. Right now, with my legs and everything, I can drive about an hour away. And usually if I'm gonna drive an hour away, I like to take my girlfriend with me. So if I can't make it back, she could drive back. Because sometimes I have trouble driving. And so for the dispensaries up north that I haven't been to yet, as soon as things get a little bit better, man, we can see some numbers come down. I'm gonna still come visit you guys. I know some of you guys got your names changed, Susie and Debbie's and G Leaf and Leaf for Leaf. I'm just shouting y'all out because I don't want you to think I'm intentionally not coming to your shop. And all the other Rise locations I haven't been to yet, I ain't forgot about them. And my goal is still to go visit every dispensary in the state at least once, and that is a task right now. Trying to get my car straightened out and get it ready for me to be able to achieve that goal, and then monitoring prices and everything. It's been an uphill battle. I do have breaking news for you though. Just found out that we have two new cultivators. Two, y'all. So one of them is called Supply. That's it. It's Supply. And this is trademarked. So I guess they trademarked the word supply. I didn't know you could do that, but they did. And it's a real plain Jane label. If you want to see what the label looks like, go to Verdant Creations Newark. They have it. Another cultivator has been kind of teasing they were coming. They're already out in the processing world. It's certified. Their flower hit shelves today. Their first product hit out. And so they come out with some halves. So those are now available. But there'll be more available from what I'm hearing. And they will have 2.8 units as well. It looks like this Supply place is starting out with trim, looks like. I don't know what's going on with that. If I'm reading it right, y'all look at it and tell me what you think in the comments, if it's trim or buds. I don't know. But I also learned something else that we probably didn't know, is that the company MUV is actually tied in with another company that you heard of. And so they're I'll have another flow chart on that. That'll be another video, man. All these companies are like working together, which is not a bad thing, It looks like Galina's put out some cartridges in collaboration with Pure Ohio. I just seen a picture of that, so we'll be talking about that eventually. I found a Layer Cake 510 cartridge by Grow Ohio. Didn't know it existed. It exists. I didn't know that. Did y'all know that? I did not know that. I love Layer Cake by Grow Ohio. Shout out to Grow Ohio. Make those buds a little bit bigger and then budlets just a little bit bigger. But the terps, man, the terps on the Layer Cake. If you have not had Layer Cake by Grow Ohio, you have not lived yet in the program. Everyone that has listened to my recommendation, chime in. If you have watched me talk about Layer Cake and you went and bought some and you loved it, chime in. If you went and bought it and you hated it, chime in. Because I haven't talked to anyone yet who says they hate Layer Cake by Grow Ohio. I just haven't heard that. Now that doesn't mean it doesn't happen. Doesn't mean it's not for everybody. But I can say it's for a lot of people I know. And what I'm thinking about is like, products should be universally available. So I shouldn't have to go to Bloom to get the same thing that they have at Verdant. They all should be selling the same product at the same time. So when Layer Cake, for example, hits the market, every dispensary in the state should get the exact same amount. Or they should get the amount that's pre-ordered. Maybe we should have that, where you can say, okay, this is the strain I want every month. I want to be on a program. This is what works for me. And maybe that's how it should be set up. That would be more like a traditional prescription. Okay, every month, whenever the harvest comes in, they've already sold me a half ounce of Layer Cake. I've already committed to it. Maybe I even prepaid for it to make sure I get it. How would y'all do that? Would y'all prepay for something you really wanted to make sure it was yours when it gets harvested? Could you imagine buying it before it actually hits the shelf and having it secured at a certain price every month? And you knew every month, okay, I'm spending $300 on Layer Cake in my budget, and you knew every month, oh yeah, I'm getting Layer Cake, $300 a month for that. And I'm getting these specific edibles because these are the ones I like, and these are the ones I buy. I won't buy none of the other guys. And so if they really, as they said, build a patient profile, You hear them say that when they register you, right? Or your first time of building your profile. No, you're not. You're just putting in my information that says I'm a customer here. If you want to build my profile, why don't you analyze what I buy every time I come to your shop, and then you get with me and say, hey, I notice every month you buy layer cake like clockwork when we get it. So how about I just make sure I order that every month, make sure you have it, and you know anybody else who wants it too, we'll put them on the list, and we'll make sure that everybody, when the layer cake comes in, everybody gets a text message, layer cake's now in stock, or your order is ready for pickup. Imagine how much simpler it would be. A drop comes. Should I try this? Should I try that? Should I get this? Should I get that? No. Let me get what I know works. Every month. If I take Neurontin every month for pain, gabapentin for pain every month, you ain't gonna give me gabapentin XRZ next month. You're gonna give me the same gabapentin I took last month. So why would you change it? You know? Now if you want to try a new medication, well, hey, we got new medicine in, works a little better than this here, you want to try it for the first time, okay, now I can splurge maybe. Okay, we're pulling up. Let's take a look at the scene here. As you can see, it's still raining. It's raining a little bit, cats and dogs. But the rain ain't gonna stop us from getting this medicine, is it? The snow ain't gonna stop us from getting this medicine. The wind ain't gonna stop us. Ain't nothing gonna stop us. You hear me? Now I'm in this parking lot. For y'all who've never been to Blooming, Columbus, I'm showing you what it's like up here in the parking lot. I'm driving around, and there is a Jackson Hewitt, there's a chiropractor, there's Domino's Pizza, and then there's this dental place. So if you want to get your teeth clean at the same time, you could. Now it looks like we're getting a little bit heavier rain bands here. I don't know what the weight's gonna be like. And I'm gonna have to drive around. There's also a Starbucks, Verizon. You can see I just drove past the dispensary. I'm just turning around because I want to pull in a specific spot. And there's also a Walmart across the street. You can see the Walmart. And you know, I'm picky like that, man. I try to park in a handicap spot. And the rain is getting more intense. And as you can see, there's the building. I wanted to give you that front shot. Alright, so I'm going to go in and get my medicine. And I'm going to come back live and let y'all know what the experience is. I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Hopefully it'll be only a few minutes. Start timing it now. I'm going to hit the end button this time for sure. Back. Alright, I'll see y'all in a few.